Hello and welcome, all my musical minions, to the Forgotten OneCast. I'm your host, CJP. Hopefully, you can actually hear me this time. I double-checked my settings 3 times to make sure that StreamYards did not remove my microphone and tried to have me talking through nothing. So you have to let me know in the chat if you can hear me. So hopefully we're good to go. But otherwise, again, welcome to the Forgotten OneCast. Today's kind of a fun day because after being teased horrifically by YouTube last night, we have hit 500 subs and actually hit the watch hours yesterday, but then they, dropped 3 because you know how YouTube is. They can't ever, let you have anything immediately. But I went ahead and applied as soon as I saw it pop up. So we'll see if they actually follow through and let me in the partner program. So to celebrate, we're actually going to bring a couple people back to the show. But first, we definitely want to make sure that we're still paying the bills around here because, nothing keeps these blue pretty lights on, more than your love. But also love from Coffee Brand Coffee.
Coffee, green tea. Coffee, green tea. Coffee. Coffee, green tea. Coffee, green tea.
Nuts.
Coffee.
Satsuki.
Al Pilkington.
All right.
Green tea.
Are you team coffee or are you team green tea? Try coffeebrandcoffee.com and enjoy 10% off your order with promo code CJP. Coffee Brand Coffee, great coffee, no gimmicks.
And again, they've got a bunch of wonderful packages for Valentine's Day, which is coming up in a week for all those people who are lucky enough to have someone who actually gives a shit about them. So, go to coffeebrandcoffee.com. Code CJP, get 10% off that order. So, you know how it goes. You can get your coffee. You can get your green tea. Coffeebrandcoffee.com. Well, now that's out of the way. Simply have a question I have to ask everyone is,
are you ready to rock?
And I know I am. And I know a couple people backstage are. So let's bring them on. First, we got Mr. MasterSwagKing, MSK, Iron Man, Top G.
Hi.
Who's chomping down on some stuff. And
some processed food. Don't you love preservatives?
Exactly. And coming back to the show for, I think, maybe the 3rd time now, Mr. Devil made me do it. Devil, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Congratulations on 500, man.
Thank you. That was rough last night. It was like, I don't know what it other to explain it other than when they take a stallion to be teased to breed, and they kept removing the teasing implement and then putting it back on, and I'm like, what's going on here? Because I started it when I first put the post out. I started at 482, and then jumped up pretty quickly up to about 494, and then slowly crept up to 498. And I'm like, woohoo, 2 more to go. And then back down to 494. Like, what the fuck? And then it went back up again, hit 500, and then dropped back down to 494 again.
As long as you show your butthole, that's how you get more subs. That's what I learned now. Would that not work?
Apparently. And of course, I also like to thank the chat that shows up every week. We got Master Tulsa, coming in with ladies and gentlemen, sinners and saints. It's all about to go down, like downtown Gila Brown. I don't know if she ever went down, actually, but she did sing about the homecoming queen having a gun in the 80s, which was kind of prophetic in some ways. Paul Hadouken popping in.
Hey, Paul.
Wookie Be Bad. Thank you for the congrats, man. Wookie Be Bad. He's been putting out some really good content, and he's in like every chat I've ever seen. It's like I'm trying to think of who I've seen more, him or Keely Chow.
Gosh, I wish I could be in everyone's chat because I usually try to put stuff on in the background just to listen to it. Like sometimes a lot of people think probably that some people just don't want to talk to them in their live chat, which could be true. But a lot of people just putting on stuff in the background just to hear it, and interact with humans. What the heck? Humans are gross and icky, like girls.
We got Mr. popping in as well. Bumbling, biting, attempting to talk. Yeah, that's oh. Speak of the devil, he shall appear. What's up,
Paul's
Paul?
white.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Paul said he dated a Sharkeisha.
That's true.
See, there you go. Now you're black, and you can say the N-word in your hood, and we respect you for it.
You want to know? You want to know a true story? I actually have said the N-word in the hood into a microphone in front of a bunch of black people.
Oh Lord.
It's okay. I was
Full of
singing
lies.
My band was doing a cover of Ice Cube, and I didn't hold back the N-words.
They
And,
deserve it.
and everyone was totally cool with it. So, come at me, bro.
And City of Bliss for the congrats. Thank you, man.
CD or Insidious Bliss. How you doing, buddy?
Too bad. Triple monitors do. I only have 2. I'm a poor white boy. I only have 2 monitors. But I got
just
a
a
dirt
poor
cheap
white boy.
at a previous job, so I can't complain too much there. But yeah, again, thanks everyone for the push over 500. Hopefully they actually will put me in the partner program and not jerk
They
me around.
better.
Well, it was funny too because I applied for it last night and then I checked this morning. It's like, oh, you're down to 2,997 watch hours. I'm like,
What the heck?
You're like, lucky I'm doing a podcast today. I'm gonna tip that over.
God, man.
Get those watch hours.
That's the hardest thing. It's not even like thumbnails or actually creating the video itself. It's actually like in the back of your head going like, is someone really gonna watch this? That's like the hardest thing is watch time. Like, oh God, I can't like back in the day, the retention on videos. I have to know if people are hearing what you're saying. Probably should check the like retention time on your videos. So they'll say like, how long is the average person watching? If the average person is leaving your video after 30 seconds, you suck balls.
Yep.
You suck. You bad. That means someone is clicking that shit, hearing you speak, and you're like, nah, I'm out of here. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I always tell new
it's
people,
like that. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
like that's what I always tell new people is focus on like thumbnails and like present, like you got to present your video in a good way. Because like I know people don't like using big YouTubers as like examples because they're kind of like what's that word? They're kind of like an anomaly to a certain extent. But like there's a reason why you yourself watch a big YouTubers because presentation. The way they're speaking, you got to perfect those things. No one wants to hear someone say like 1,000 times. It's just not going to be pleasant.
Me, I say a million times.
God, no. It's
I'm
one of those Andys. No.
Dude, I'm brain retarded. My brain's just retarded. Just, if words just leave my head, and I'm like,
That's cute.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
I'm better when I'm a panelist than when I'm actually running a show. That's my thing.
I'm always retarded.
I get too nervous sometimes. Like I can't do a podcast by myself. That's why my shit has to be with other people. Unless I'm playing. If it's gaming, I can do game by myself. But like, imagine doing a freaking hour podcast by yourself. That's excruciating. Hell no.
And there's Justin Bieber with a congrats on the 500 subs.
Justin Bieber.
Wow.
I can't say anything though. He's got like almost 2,000 subs, so
Man,
people.
I remember when
Justin Bieber.
I remember when I had 2,000, 3,000 subs. Oh wait, I got retconned out of existence by a YouTube overlords.
Damn.
Yeah. So we're like trying to get back there to a certain point. We're almost there at 900 soon. So we'll get there when I get there. Good Lord. But you know how I'll get there? Showing off my butthole. That's what we got to do. We got to just start showing off our assholes, and that's how you work.
Whip out the dick. People want to see the dong. Show the dong. Bring back the dong.
You say that, but then there's Gavin McGinnis.
I thought you were gonna say Gavin Newsom. I'm like, what did he do? Did he whip it out too?
Fuck. All right. Since you guys had sex in your back in your day, so if you ever destroyed a girl in her butthole, like you just destroyed it, and then did she ever ask, take that shit out and put it in my mouth? I mean, she basically sucked her own ass.
Ass to mouth. It's called ass to mouth. You never heard of ATM?
Just saying.
Oh no.
Just saying. Back in my day, there was a couple of freak thoughts out there. Just saying.
Yeah, that's just normal now. It's called ass to mouth.
So like, if I blew my load in a girl, so if I blew my load in a girl and Paul like sucked it out of her, my whole nut, does that mean he gave me head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Congratulations on the 500.
Oh yeah,
CJP.
congrats, man. Yeah, celebration.
This is how we
And
celebrate.
I also put out a couple polls, one on the community tab and then one on my Twitter feed to
I'll
kind of
show
see
you a poll.
what the
Oh,
next
yeah.
what the next kind of round of music people want to hear on the GoldenEye sound fonts. So it's like I said, Mega Man, Ninja Gaiden, or Double Dragon. And actually,
Ooh,
Mega
damn.
Man won here, and it also won on my other one.
Mega Man won? Good, because I was going to vote Mega Man. Love Mega Man. Oh, speaking of Mega Man, did you...
It also won here too, so
Let's go.
I guess I've got 6 albums worth of material to start working on.
Start
Oh,
on
gosh.
2. Mega Man
I
2
gotta
has
start
the...
from the beginning. You got to start from the beginning. And
Well,
you work
luckily 2's right afterwards.
exactly. 2 is the best one though.
It really is. I'm so hooked on every track. Listen to Dr. Wily's stage 2 theme and tell me don't get pumped up. That's just gangster as fuck.
Yes, when all the homies are rolling by playing Mega Man out the window.
Hell yeah. They're rolling down with the windows. They see me rolling. Mega bustin'.
Well, busting makes me feel good.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Yep.
I do. I mean, that's a corny line in that trailer, but it's also extremely hilarious.
That's the best line of the song.
Hmm.
And then the other announcement we've got is I actually did come up with a title for the next electronic noise album,
Oh, nice.
and
Please.
actually have already.
Are you spitting bars with the homies?
Oh yeah.
make
You
sure-
trying to sell your rap demo in the fucking parking lot of a Walmart for $10?
Pretty much.
This is his
So I'm going for coded poetry,
nice.
Nice.
and
I like-
tried to recreate the old dot matrix printers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the coffee stain.
Oh my god. I thought that was on my screen.
I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten it written yet, so obviously I've just got placeholder names for it. But
Beautiful.
that'll be done by the end of the year. So I tend to try to do them within a year's time. So I've got another 11-ish months left to work on it.
Let's go.
The fact that I actually figured out how to do my logo in ASCII was a lot of fun. It actually turned out pretty well, I thought.
Oh, and you used
good, man.
C's for the C, J's for the J, and P for the P. Wow.
Yeah, I'm old school like that. I actually used to do those kind of things on printers.
Wow.
What was it? The old when Microsoft had it, where you could actually print it out and make banners,
Oh my
Mm.
god.
matrix paper.
Surprisingly, I'm old enough. I'm like the last generation to be like 4 or 5 years old printing on that thing. I witnessed it as a youngin.
Every time I see that paper, the thing that comes to me is, do you guys remember Weekend at Bernie's?
Yes.
When they're on top of the roof jumping in the pool, they say, let's go to the beach, and they have that paper and it's covered in the tar. Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I was in college, I worked a side job in the computer lab, and 90% of my job was helping the Asian students who didn't speak very good English fix the doc matrix printers that would get jammed up. But that noise, like if you hear 15 of those going off at once, with
So
the last
satisfying.
in like the last couple of weeks of the semester, because everyone's rushing to get their papers done. I'm like, oh god, this is so loud and annoying. Can you fix the pinta? Exactly what they would say. It should be like a 90-pound soaking wet little Asian girl, and she's like, "Can you fix the pinta?"
That's racist.
That was the bulk majority of the people I dealt with.
Dude, they're rap gods. I swear, they rap better than our rappers here. They just
Man,
the
I've seen
Rapanese.
some Asian people, like Chinese dudes, just rapping, sounding
Lord.
more gangster than black people here.
Oh
wild.
gosh, what's going on in the world, people?
And then, of course, at the end of the show today, we're going to premiere the 500 sub special track.
Ooh.
I've been waiting on that. I've been sitting on that for like 6 months now.
Ooh. Now it's
So
ready to hatch.
We'll premiere that here, and then I'll actually add it to the channel after the show.
Nice.
So you guys get the world premiere, but you got to stay till the end of the show.
Oh, I gotta go in 2 minutes. I gotta go to Static's channel.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta leave and have sex with my wife. You know.
Whoa.
Wait.
I don't believe you. What I'm doing is true.
Yeah.
What do you mean? She could walk in there right now. You never know, man.
Yeah. I've got to leave to have sex with his wife too. So
Yeah, yeah,
No, W should have said I gotta leave to watch him have sex with my wife.
yes.
what?
And then I
'Cause
pull
you're
his dick. I'll pull his dick out and jerk him off. Right.
Ooh. You're being cucked. You're being cucked by
I'm just trying to help a brother out. Like, is that's like helping the homies out? Is what they say.
Yeah. The old cuck a friend.
So once you like eat her ass, then what? Then like we'll make out and we'll basically taste her ass together.
Wow.
It really will work.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
It's next level stuff here.
Yup.
And that's what I'm kind of figuring out with like a lot of these like weird people, with like these people that like don't like Gina Carano. It's more like because they'll basically just lick all the boots of Disney. So it's like a human centipede, and they're just trying to figure out like which part of the human centipede they want to be on. They want to be on the fucking front of it, the back of it, the middle part of it. You get all the shit from both sides. That's kind of what life is now at this point. You have people that are in the comment section be like, I don't really know what happened. And then, so why are you trying to give an informed opinion on something you don't even know what happened? It's like, don't say it like in the front, or their bio is like autistic, retarded, he, they, them, fucking.
Because they were told that they're supposed to hate Gina Carano. They don't know why, but they're told they're supposed to.
Usually in those comments, when I see he, they, them, fucking alien predator pronouns, and then I see like autistic, I'm like, well, I'm not picking my battle with this one. I'm gonna just go about my day.
Twitter and social media should be like if you're autistic, you don't get it. You don't get social media. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you're socially weird, and this is a social platform. So if you're socially like weird and can't handle things socially, maybe you shouldn't be on a social platform because, you know, you're just stirring shit up. Like how often I heard a story the other day of a YouTuber who like got severely harassed. Like this dude was harassing the hell out of him. I think doxing him or just really fucking with him. Turns out the dude was autistic and like he couldn't do anything about it. And just like the guy kept fucking with him until I think he just eventually stopped. But like, look, what the fuck, man? What are you supposed to do with these people? Get a pass because they're I don't know. It's very gray area that like I don't know. Not to say that they can't do stuff, but like a social platform like that, and if they're stirring shit, and then they're like, "Oh nope, he's yeah."
My thing, go ahead. That's fine.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't want to. I remember the first argument I ever got on Twitter, back when I was talking a lot more about politics and I was pop culture. I got in this fight with this one person, and I'm sitting there like pointing out how, okay, yeah, Trump lied, but here's all these lies the Democrats have told. Why don't you have a problem with all that? And so I'm sitting there arguing with it, and then all of a sudden this fucker starts saying, I'm a doctor. I'm all like, you don't sound like no fucking doctor I've ever talked to you, kind of. And then all of a sudden they're a lawyer. And next thing you know, at the end, I'm like, so after a couple tweets back and forth, or going back and forth, I said, you're a fucking 5-year-old, aren't you? You're just some fucking kid who's just playing on this platform. Turned out it was,
Wow.
Fucking finally admitted he was like fucking 13 or something. I was all, fuck you, get out of here, and just like cut it off. I was all, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
kids, they really should like. It shocks me how many kids are on the platform. Like not just Twitter or whatever, Omegle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they pulled the stats. There's a reason why a lot of these kids are probably retarded as they are. So apparently, like I forget, I don't remember the actual percentage, but there's the reason why a lot of these kids end up probably interacting with most of these crazy adults is because they said the average young adult or kid has a smartphone at the age of 10. Then that would probably that tells you all you need to know right there. Why is a 10-year-old having a smartphone?
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And yeah, it's like you said, what do you do when you if the person's handicapped? But also, like I said, when I was confronted with them talking to a fucking 13-year-old kid, I can't sit there and fucking, go at him full bore. He's a fucking goddamn child. So I was like, it's just like
they didn't hold dude, when I was younger, if I did that shit, I'd probably just get knocked out. I'd be like, man, fuck you, fuck your mom. Your mom was a whore. I fucked her last night. Fucking go back and put your phone in, you little effing. You probably just call them the F word or whatever. Good Lord, teach them a lesson. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, that's kind of why. Like, that's how kids got not involved in adult spaces, because we bullied them. We bullied them. We like used adult words until they fuck off, and then they went back to their cartoons and hung out with their kids. I don't know why teenagers and kids are doing adult shit, man. It's weird. It's wild.
Get contacted by the FBI. You tell this 13-year-old kid you would find him, fuck his mother in front of him, and then hang his ass. What?
It's like the Bill Burr bit where he's talking about, no means no. It's like, no doesn't mean no. No means no, but not. No, stop it. You're being so bad.
Yeah.
You're in court and the guy's reading us like, no, stop it. You're being so bad.
Yeah. I love that joke.
Good Lord. I mean, and it's really hard to like create actual conversation out of people. It's like, what's the best way I can explain it? I don't know if you guys like sports at all, but it's like, let's say you're watching a Lakers game and LeBron is playing like complete garbage, and you have a podcast where you're talking about LeBron or whatever, and this guy's like, but he won like 3 finals, and I'm like, are you like retarded? Are you like socially stupid? The fuck they got to do with what I'm saying? What the hell? People are fucking weird, dude.
LG, thanks for the congrats.
LG's black.
Wait, he's black?
He's like really black.
What?
He's like one of them enemies. You know what? Also, I heard the KKK go into comic book shops every Wednesday buying Black Panther floppy comics because they really want to, take over the nerd space. That's what I heard, allegedly. So rumor.
Wow.
You never know.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the KKK, because everyone kept talking about white supremacists, and I'm like, yeah, the KKK are sitting there on Wednesday going, you know what? This is how we're gonna make sure we take over. Let's go to the comic book shop where all the people are at, and not those smelly, ugly nerds, and buy Black Panther comic books. That'll show them. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh cards while we're at it too. Let's play Pokemon cards too while we're at it. It's like, what the fuck?
Are they meeting up with the Illinois Nazis from Blues Brothers?
KKK is so irrelevant. It's like, really, who the hell? Even if you're all like, oh, I'm a racist motherfucker, and I'm gonna go find myself some fucking group that believes the same, you still wouldn't pick this KKK because it's your father's fucking racist fucking group, right? It's like going and joining the Elks Club, right? You're like, no.
It's the equivalent of saying, I'm screw the Democrats, screw the Republicans, I'm going Whig.
Yeah, Whig party, absolutely. There you go.
Oh God, man. I just like, how do you have conversation with people anymore? And it's like, have you ever noticed this? When you go outside and these conversations are brought up around normal people, they usually tend to agree with like the latter, not the former. So like, people would actually in real life more or less so agree with what Gina Carano is doing, not like what the media tries to say that people are agreeing with. Is like, no, you people don't even go outside. Yeah, I remember I went to Barnes and Nobles because I needed to get the freaking towers dropped last week. So I went out and got some stuff, got some books, and people were talking about something that we probably talked about on here, and they were agreeing with what we were saying. I was like, could have fooled me on Twitter. They said everyone agrees with them, and I was like, okay, I had to go outside more and sniff the fresh air.
Oh yeah, God. I can, as an Uber driver, I speak with random people every single day, and I could tell you that most people are in the middle. Like they don't give a shit. They don't even give a fuck about
A
politics.
lot of people are just politically neutral on most
They
things.
are. They're politically just ignorant. They try to stay out of it.
About if their next paycheck's going to pay their rent.
Exactly.
You ask them who Vladimir
not,
Putin is, they're about to think like that's some fucking like ice cream truck driver or something. I'm not even kidding. It's how dumb people really are, or just unaware about most things going on.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta get going, guys. Though, CJP, no problem, man. Congrats again, and I'll see y'all soon.
You better not leave.
Talk to you later, man.
Later, guys.
Who said you could leave? It's like, what the heck? He thought he had a choice. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh no, but man, I never had a chance to talk to you about this. What do you think about her suing Disney? Actually,
I think it's a fantastic idea, even if it really doesn't make a change, like she doesn't get her job back or anything like that. But I want this discovery. That's why I'm so glad she requested a jury trial. I don't want her to settle. I want her to actually go through discovery, find out those communications from Chapek on down, what actually happened, and it'll prove that there's just a cancer in Disney that needs to be cut out. And hopefully Peltz and with some Musk money can make some actual change.
Well, that's exactly it. No matter what happens, we win, because if this is another thing that Peltz can use against Chapek, he's seen there trying to get the board on his side so that he's got the backing. Every single time something comes up, it makes him look worse. You have the loss in Florida, they were suing Florida for the taking away the district they had, lost that. You have every single movie flopping. I mean, every single one of these is just another notch against him of him being ousted. And I'm all for it. Sue the living shit out of him.
Yeah, because like there's no way I don't believe that they're not gonna at some point, their people contact her people and be like, hey, we'll give you this amount of money if you could just like settle out of court. They're gonna try that. They, as much as they claim they don't like this stuff that like fans do, these companies really don't like bad PR. Like one of the people I actually work for some of these companies, you could like legit get fired if you post a picture of yourself in your work uniform. Like they legit do not like bad PR that way. But I think people understand the reason why she won't settle out of court like that, even if that did happen, is because this is about making a statement that they don't get to do this to other people. That's like the main point of it, because they shut Scarlett Johansson up. Remember when Scarlett Johansson had all the reins of doing whatever she wanted, and mysteriously a week after, Scarlett Johansson is, withdrawing her lawsuit against Walt Disney. Yeah. It's almost like she was offered millions of dollars to not say anything, actually.
Yep. Well, she was probably threatened with more. We're going to talk to other heads of other studios and make sure that you don't get work in this town.
Good Lord, man.
Like Disney's biggest problem is that they've abandoned their core audience. They've abandoned the fan.
Yeah. And like you'll see people like saying like, well, if she said these things, like her being fired. Okay, so like, this is what's really hard to explain to people is, okay, so Pedro Pascal, people say he was told to stop. Okay, so I don't believe that Disney for 1 second told. So like, let's say, how she said they wanted to put her on like a voice call with like a bunch of rainbow lettuce, bacon, tomato people. Okay, so I'm not there, so I can't say. I'm just gonna guess that they didn't do that with Pedro. Did they have Pedro sit there on call with a bunch of conservatives to hear how they felt? Let's say that didn't happen, right? Because why would they be playing it fair both ways? Also, she was originally fired on social media. She wasn't fired privately. She found out she was fired at the same time we all did when Gary made that video. No, I remember that video. I remember that post. It was a Lucasfilm spokesperson said this. It wasn't like they didn't attach a person to it. Who's this Lucasfilm spokesperson? It's the same thing that Riot Games does sometimes when they're making like a big article for like League of Legends esports, and because usually they tell you who the writer is. Like even on Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, every time an article comes out, you know who wrote that. For these other like slightly larger companies, they don't even attach a name to it. So it's like, I don't know if you can just like fire someone through social media because of like their tweets. So people have narrowed it down to like 3 things: the Holocaust one, the beat bop boop thing, and there's like a third one in there, I think, where she was talking about. I heard there's a third one in there, but I remember another fourth one could have been. You know, how she was saying like, why don't we voter ID people? I remember a lot of people did not like that actually when she said it's like she was talking about that. So, but none of that really has an implication of like work though. You know,
well, let's be honest though.
For Disney.
The only reason she was fired was because of who got pissed off by that beep bop boop crap. It was that they just used the Holocaust one, which wasn't even about the like connecting one side to the Holocaust or anything. It was about pointing out othering people and dismissing people and not, seeing them as people. That's all it was. But Pedro's was much more offensive to that kind of situation. But he, like you said, he was given a pass.
Legit compared conservatives to Nazis. Like he compared the Republican Party to Nazis.
Yeah. Direct comparison. And then, she just said, this is exactly the same tactics that were used to do those awful things.
Lead up to what happened, not the actual event, but the years preceding the event.
Yeah. And they were just using that as the catalyst. And then you have people, they had one, the stands, who was sitting there saying she had multiple chances to apologize. No, what they wanted to do was you either can leave or we're going to freaking make you kiss the boot. We're going to embarrass you so that we can sit there and see, look, we made her bend her knees. We made her kiss your boots. It's embarrassing. They were trying to embarrass her. That's why they wanted to do that call so that they would sit there and have a struggle session telling her how bad she is. And she just have to sit there and go, oh, I totally understand. You're 100% right. And they wanted her publicly apologize for saying nothing wrong. These were, it's everyone who's seen there saying she got fired because the thing, it's not. She got fired because she pissed off the wrong people. And that's the alphabet community.
Also, and that thing you brought up in there, that Holocaust thing, she wasn't making a direct one-on-one comparison with the Holocaust. She was just bringing up that the tactics that these people did then are the same ones going on now. And people that say these stupid things like, oh, but that's too harsh. She shouldn't have used it. Oh my God, are you a fucking pussy? What the hell? Like, what is wrong with people? Oh, she used something so harsh. Who gives a flying fuck? If it makes sense to what you're saying, doesn't matter how harsh it is. I was just because when people say things like oh well, now all we do is we're basically slaves, like jobs are slavery, is that like everyone goes like, okay, that I kind of get what you're saying there. So I just completely throw that fucking line when people say those things. It's too hard. So we can't make any comparisons. We can't relate things to other things to make points of what we're saying. We just got to just talk out our ass. It's like, come on, no, we're not doing that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
People completely forget one of my favorite quotes of all time by George Satayana. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that quote. Yeah. So, leftists also said it. I'll defend your right to say it, too. Yeah, that was a liberal thing. I don't like what you have to say, but I'll defend your right to say it, Pretty sure they don't really utilize that one anymore.
To that lady from Limited Run who joined Rippaverse. Because she happened to like a tweet about Hogwarts Legacy, and then one, as Ryan calls them, tranny demon, got all up in its feelings and berated that.
There was a second one, the bathroom one. Remember, she questioned
the bathroom,
like fucking tomato people using the bathroom. Perfect. That was 2016. That was about a month before Batman vs Superman came out. Okay, so this person went. Arguably, at the time she was fired in 2022. So you have to go about 6 years worth of tweets to find that. You know how long that is? You legit have to sit in front of your computer for hours on end trying to go back down that far through someone's tweets to see that.
Yeah.
And then
but
you're fine.
Straight up grave digging.
Yeah,
what are we doing? What the hell?
I mean, I've yet to buy a single limited run product since then. I refuse.
I
wouldn't. A lot of stuff I really want to get, but no, I will not support them.
Like that's just
they fired her.
I agree. Yeah.
They can F off, and I have no problems. Anytime they post, because there's a few Switch accounts that I followed. When games and stuff are coming out, and when they put something from Loaded Run, I'd say I don't buy from bigots because that's literally what they are.
It's funny because the just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. No, it's one of those things where they can't, whoever has power, you're told that look who you can't make fun of, and that's who has the power. Who are we not allowed to make fun of in society right now? You can make fun of straight white dudes, but we're supposedly have all the power, right? You can't make fun of the alphabet community. You can't make fun of transgender people. You can't make fun of black people. Who has the power in our society? I'm sorry. It's anyone who sits there and says that these people are marginalized and they're in danger and all this shit obviously hasn't seen how our society is running. If you make fun of a transgender person, you lose your job. You don't do that if you make fun of a white Christian. Sorry.
Yeah, and I live in Oklahoma, and unfortunately, Tulsa has a spot in its history where they actually did attempt genocide, and that was the Tulsa race riots, almost a little over 100 years ago now, where they basically torched Black Wall Street. That's actual genocide. Me saying that I don't care, I don't think you're a woman or think you're a man, that's not genocide.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, there was the I know I was following one of these threads. I think Lofty Pixels. He said some interesting things most of the time, but he said this tweet, and I was like, okay. He was like, "Beat bop boop is offensive," and then someone was like, "It's offensive to tomato people," and I'm like, first of all, when someone says that, I always immediately go, "How can you prove that? How can someone prove those things are offensive to people?" Because by that logic, if they're offensive to people, then there's arguably people that are going to be like, "I don't give a fuck about it." So why is it that we're only catering to people who are offended, not by the people who are like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck," honestly? Why is it always just that? And first of all, no one can prove those people were offended. These could have been, as we know, on these social media apps, there's a bunch of bots. This could have been, as we know from recently, last year, I think, remember the HBO guy, the CEO, he said he made fake accounts to troll critics who gave the show bad reviews. How do we know it's not people making multiple fake accounts to troll? How do we know that? We know that's a thing. It's like all this stuff is just like, it's such a load of just shit that people just don't see through most things. Because I think the reason why a lot of people don't get the conversation a lot is because they just fail to understand just basic context of things without just asking basic things. Like, person says, "Oh, she offended a lot of people." Prove it. Actually prove she offended people. They're like, "But I don't care." Prove she offended people, like legitimate people, like not fake people on Twitter that don't matter. People always say Twitter doesn't matter. Okay, if that's what your statement is, then prove she offended people. Then she offended people in the company. How would you even know that? You don't even know these people. What kind of rabbit hole are we digging ourselves into? Like, people want to lick Disney's butthole so hard that they're willing to just defend anything they do.
Yeah, the stands.
And and people are like, "Oh, Disney's always like, we love women. Lucasfilm, we love women. Force is female." How they treat Patty Jenkins? Remember Patty Jenkins? How badly they treated her? I mean, yeah, but I guess it's how it works.
Why that one shake irked me so much. It was like, "It's about time that a woman led the Star Wars universe." I'm like, yeah, Patty Jenkins was going to until you let her go. And not much would have rather watched what she did than you. Because at least she knows how to make movies.
Good Lord, man. I don't get it with people. It's so weird.
Well, the great thing is it seems like it's turning around. Seems like tide's turning, as it would be. So hopefully in a couple years.
Something positive that I saw. Have you guys watched the trailer for Knuckles?
Trailer for what?
For Knuckles? It's they're
Not
doing
yet.
a 6-episode series on
No, I've heard about that series for a while.
Oh, yeah,
I was just surprised they announced that, I think, in 2022. This is crazy. We're now finally getting a first trailer for it. That's crazy.
But I watched it and I'm like, I can't see anything that is gonna take me out of the story. It looks like it's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
And obviously the fish out of water, bit with Knuckles and whoever this pasty Jewish dude that he's palling up with, but it actually looks like a fun show.
I'll give it credit. The Sonic movies have not had any of that bullshit in the movies. They just been straightforward fun. That's it. That's good. That's all they need to be. straightforward fun. Good time.
I like it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll actually watch that.
I'm watching Sonic 3. That's my most anticipated film of the year because I finally want to see Shadow on the big screen. I can't wait for that.
Awesome.
I
I heard they're using some of the main theme from Sonic Adventure 2. Makes me a happy.
Okay, so that's been my biggest issue with the movies is they haven't been able to use like Sonic themes and songs in the film. It probably has something to do with the fact that they probably don't want to pay to use those songs or whatever because it costs a lot of money to use that stuff. But it's not that it makes the movies bad. It's just like, that would be like the icing on the cake if you could use like the actual songs from the games. It'd make them even more better. So I hope for Sonic 3 can finally make me happy. Also, why who's Sonic's dad in the movie? I forget his name. Oh my god, Tom? Is his name Tom or some shit? I'm pretty sure his name is like Tom.
Actor,
I know it's James Marsden, but he dates a black girl in that movie. And I'm like, come on, James, you ain't dating no black girl. Come on, why? Come on, Sonic. We know James ain't dating no fucking LaQuisha. Oh my god.
Well, she has a fullback too, which I found funny because she's got the big flat friend that blocks for her. Every hot girl has one. They have a fullback. They won't say they have one. They say, "Oh no, this is my best friend." No, she's your fullback. She's gonna block while you run past.
Oh, I can't do it, man.
Their job.
Jeez, man.
I would think though that Sega owns the rights to the music because usually when video game publishers retain music rights.
Yeah, I don't know how much money it costs to actually use like someone's track for a movie, but I'd imagine it cost a lot of money. I just would imagine, but I know but that's been the only real issue with them. Other than that, like Jim Carrey's been great. The voice actors have been good. The stories have been pretty cohesive, concise, to the point. It's one of those movies where, there's human characters, but they never really overshadow what's going on. And in the second one, when they had the bit of with their sister, I thought that was a little bit too much there, but that wasn't like that was like one part in like a 2-hour movie, and you're like, oh, this is nothing, really.
Well, you wouldn't think it would cost too much to use the music, just because usually you would think the price of the music goes on the popularity and the value of it. Since the Sonic sounds, it's not because you think the Sonic music. I mean, all it was used for was the game, so it's not like it's what the publisher says, this is what this is worth. But again, like I said, Nintendo used quite a bit of their music in the Mario movie. The composer was able to lead that all the way through because from what I understand, Nintendo owns the rights to those tracks, not the individual, not Koji Kondo or whoever the individual composer is. Because if I just had it sitting on a shelf not being used for anything, I'd just be like, what do you give me?
Yeah, tell again, freaking Skies of Arcadia. I've been waiting for a re-release of that for 15 years. Yeah. I want that game so bad to be in a modern format.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
So yeah, so those are the only two movies that I'm looking forward to this year. It's just Sonic 3 and just Deadpool 3. I mean, I guess you could say Joker 2, only because I just want to see how they're gonna do it. It's like more morbid curiosity because I like that first Joker movie. I thought it was pretty good, but it's not a movie that really needs a sequel, nor do you kind of probably rewatch it constantly. It's kind of weird.
I was really looking forward to Dune 2 until the director said that Zendaya is actually the main character.
Oh God! Well, I thought the first one was boring as fuck, so I have no reason to watch that second one.
I've read the books. The books are even drier. So
drier and it's sand. Are you making puns here?
No, it really is. I mean, it's the book is so lore heavy because they're introducing all the players and how they interact and how they've interacted for thousands of years. So it's a political science fiction book more than anything. It's more politics than anything else. So that's a lot harder to translate into a movie form, which is why it's been so difficult for the last 50 years.
How do you, as a musician, CJP, how do you feel that they're making that second Joker into a musical? I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. It just doesn't sound right. No, it's too dark.
I hate musical episodes in general.
Yeah.
I never like when they do those because to me, at that point, you've jumped the shark and have run out of story ideas.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Scrubs one. I didn't like There's been several of them over the years where
I
they've
think
gone.
Buffy had one.
Had one. I don't care for them. Of course, I'm the weird, classically trained musician who doesn't like musicals. I just don't. Because
there's very few.
Well, my problem is the logical inconsistency of a musical.
Yeah.
Whereas you have characters and background people who've never met before, somehow being able to make a completely coherent and choreographed song together on the spot.
Yeah.
That literally never happens in real life.
And then you throw in the dance numbers, and it's all like, yes, just the whole high school can all dance in sequence
and all sing. I guarantee you only about 20% of those people in the high school can actually sing with any kind of real clarity. So I just can't suspend my disbelief enough to get past that. My exception to that is South Park and the Blues Brothers, because they keep going up to real musicians throughout the movie. I can get with the Blues Brothers. I can get with South Park because South Park is animated and it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't like musicals. I just don't. Because also my biggest other issue with musicals is they try to get so clever with the lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. More normal people don't write like that or talk like that.
Yeah, I just can't see them pulling it off. It's too dark of a movie.
Yeah.
You're dealing with some really kind of dark humor and dark things of it. I just don't know how all of a sudden you put music into that and have it be anything else other than like kind of cringe in a way. Yeah. So that's where I'm thinking.
I'm not looking forward to that one. I am kind of looking forward to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That one actually looks halfway decent.
I don't know. The second trailer kind of solidified what I thought they would do, and I just don't know how they're gonna pull it off without it being kind of stupid. I told Soldier and Common Nerd, we got in this argument because I told him, I said, it looks like they're gonna have it where the parents are literally going around with their kids hunting ghosts, and that's just a stupid idea. If you have kids, you don't say, hey kids, you want to like go around with me and your stepdad and like, put your lives in danger all the time. I said, there's ways they could loop the kids in again. Cause the first time the parents had no ideas, that the kids were risking their lives. So that worked, but there's a way they could have done it for the second one, but it looks like they're going to do exactly that the mother and father go around with the kids and actually hunt ghosts. And like I said, that just makes no sense to me. If they were any good parents, they'd be like, no, you're not going to hunt ghosts. You're freaking 13 years old. You're going to go to school, like it just.
Then the movie can't happen.
Yeah. But like I said, there's ways they can bring it in. Sure. Like I said, there's ways they could bring it in. They just have to be clever. And obviously they didn't try to do that. So I don't know. I'm kind of, I'll listen to people if they say it's good. Maybe I'll still watch it, but from just what I've seen from that, I'm like, I don't know. Kind of.
I mean, the problem is there's such a glut of nothing coming out that the pickings are going to be very slim either way.
Oh yeah, that's true. Very true.
They don't have much on the slate coming up.
We got Madam Web. That's prime cinema right there.
Don't you love that with Spider-Man, No Way Home or wherever it was, you had 3 Spider-Man versus 5 or 6 supervillains. In this one, they have 1 supervillain and 4 women, and they can't beat his ass. It's like it doesn't show well for them.
At least that's actually realistic.
I just love watching Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man. Sounds like a great idea. Said literally no. Who? Fucking hell. It's even when for the first Venom movie came out, people were like, but it made $800 million. And I'm like, well, there's lots of context to that. And second of all, the reason why these kind of movies don't work in long term, it's like people say about like drama farming, whatever, like short-term gains, long-term value, it's worse. Yeah, Venom has his own comic line. He has stories by himself, but Venom first came from Spider-Man. So if you do not establish that he came from Spider-Man, okay, so it's like, then how are you gonna? People already know this character so well because he is super connected to Spider-Man. So one of his popular villains is not connected to Spider-Man. None of them are. And I'm supposed to believe at some point in these movies, they're going to be the Sinister Six, where they eventually fight Spider-Man. And I'm supposed to believe they're villains, despite the fact that in their movies, they were presented as heroes.
Yeah.
What? How in the movies they're portrayed as heroes? So I'm supposed to believe in the Sinister Six one. They're going to be villains. Fuck it. Burn, light a match.
That's the new thing, is trying to find the good in all the villains. We have to see what their motivation is and make you feel sad for them and shit. It's like a villain can't just be a villain no more. You can't just have a villain that's just a
Venom
bastard.
just ate like 3 people. Venom just ate 3 black guys' heads. Said the N-word. Oh yeah, we can reform him. Yep, that's my hero.
Sure.
Fucking hell, dude.
We are getting close to the end of the show here, and I don't want to leave some time for the song premiere. So before we do that, though, I do want you guys to pimp your shit. Where can people find you? What can people check you out? What do you got coming up?
You want to go first?
I'll trust you. Oh, we're not getting to the hour mark. Are you gonna end this show before the hour mark?
No,
no, he has to play his video.
I've got a video that's about.
Oh, so that's gonna cover for the whole hour anyway.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Okay. What do I got going on? So I'm on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and Twitch. And I have stuff coming out every day, essentially. I just put out a new video today. Let's see what else I got. I have the Alpha Core number 1 review dropping tomorrow. And there's so many things I can't really say right now that I'm doing because, I want to still keep it under wraps. But there's videos coming out constantly. I'm doing the news videos again. A lot of people like those. We're live essentially 7 days a week. So, if anyone wants to join or be a guest, just let me know on Twitter. I'm unbanned on Twitter. Come up tomorrow because I was being apparently mean. They called it violent speech. People, I was being violent to someone, a black person being violent. Who'd have thunk it, right? But we're live 7 days a week. I am currently thinking about trying to bring on more like permanent panel people, depending on like schedule and whatever, because it's a lot more ways to like spice things up and stuff like that. So there's shows 7 days a week. So just people will have to let me know the schedule to see if they can fit in. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now.
Links in the description. So they
can yeah. So if you ever want to join,
add Devils because I didn't know who I was going to be on. So I'll add yours.
You're going to help the devil out. So yeah, that's what I told people. It's just I think what's really hard about doing shows is just I'm glad I have a consistent group of people that come on, but it's really hard to eventually get to that point because you got to get people committed to what you're doing. Then you have to put your whole schedule around them. It's just, it's still so much. Oh God, good Lord. And then people go like, you guys just, all you do is agree with each other. And it's like, that's just not true. Like, if you think that you're fucking retarded, your mom dropped you on your head. You're actually fucking stupid. Good Lord. Yeah. Cause when I talk to someone, we agree on legit everything. No disagreements, nothing. We just all agree.
It doesn't work that way. Well, Devil, where can we find you?
You can find me every week at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the hub at the pub. Late night, but it's always a good show. Then Get Ranked every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then I just put out a video. You can check it out. It's called Kenzo's Face Gets Naked. I figured it kind of a joke on clickbait.
I'm not above clickbaiting.
But go check that out on the hub. And you can find me a bunch of other places, but just gotta look out for me.
I want to thank you both for coming on and helping me celebrate this milestone. And I didn't think I actually would get to this quickly, very honestly, because I only started really publishing videos about 2 years ago. So I figure it's pretty steady growth.
I hate you, and I'm gonna start doing drama streams after this. I'm gonna call it music cast. where I'm just gonna start shitting on you, just you specifically. And then if people call me out, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just keep getting super chats. That's what I'm getting. You know, guys, I also have to point out here that I contacted CJ for a music cover. I was like, can you do a diss track for my rap single coming up? Because black rap, we spit bars, it's all our culture is, we just say N-words constantly. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $4,000 for a song on your track. 40% of the sales. And I was like, they drive a hard bargain, but no. And then CJ went on the show, he started doing Trash MSK Cast #1. And he was like, black people are not people. Changed my mind, So you're gonna get me canceled, man. So what happened? Why did you want $4,000 for a song on my album?
Well, man's got to pay his bills, and I'm a fat guy, so I got to eat.
Me too.
I get my pork in.
I'm black, and I'm not trying to work. What the fuck?
Thank you both for coming on, and so now we're gonna premiere our 500 sub special track.
Hell yeah,
Corneria from Star Fox. That was fun. I always love Star Fox. This was my favorite game as a kid.
Why doesn't Fox ever get more love as a character?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
There was one game I played from him on the GameCube. There was this one I remember I played from him. That was amazing. He's a popular character. He's always the top character in all the Smash Brothers games. He's a fan favorite. No games for him like ever.
Yeah. It's Star Fox and Metroid are just kind of almost ignored by Nintendo. I mean, I guess because I understand Metroid and Star Fox don't sell as well in Japan. They just don't.
Yeah.
They're not as favorite characters as Mario and Zelda and all that, but they do make a lot of money in America.
Yeah, the American market's huge for them.
You
It
know,
would if Nintendo ever buckles and starts to go into the VR kind of realm, they have to make a Star Fox game where you could use that VR. That'd be amazing.
But again, both of you guys, thank you for coming on and helping us celebrate the 500 subs. Thank you, everyone in the chat, and Master Tulsa, Paul, who hopped in for a little bit, Wookie B Bad, Clinton House, Insidious Bliss, True Pop, LG, you all.
Are you free this week coming up?
Usually Tuesday nights are about my only free night, and early Friday night. Because I'm usually on Ballbusters late Friday. I've got Saturday with the meme stream. Monday and Wednesdays I'm on Etepa Queens, the place to be reviews.
Okay. No, Tuesday's fine because our show on Tuesday is like 7:30 PST. Unless that's too late for you.
It's something maybe 9:30. Oh, something that'd be 9:30 Central. Yeah, that'd be fine. That should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
Okay, and Devil, what do you do in life?
Like, what do you mean? Like show wise? Or
are you free Saturday or Friday?
No, Saturday I'm completely full, and Friday I do Ballbusters.
Okay, so you're busting balls and doing Saturday shenanigans. Are you free Mondays?
Mondays I do Mellow Mondays. Tuesday I do Termin show Mayhem. Wednesday and Thursday right now I got free for at least a little bit.
Okay. Maybe we fit you in on one of those days. I'll have to figure it out. I'll see what you got going on. Maybe you have to do some casting couch stuff with me to get on the show.
Well, again, everyone, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for helping get the channel pushed over that 500 mark. And as I always say, just keep making music. We will see you guys next week. Y'all have fun.
Bye.
Peace.